When I think of God, one of my favorite thoughts comes from Psalm 46:1, where we read, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble." Welcome to Daily Strength. This is Joe Stowell, and today we're going to talk about God. In fact, we're going to uncover the reality that He is both caring and capable. On my way home late one night, I noticed the glow of flashing lights about a half mile up the road. Well, as I got a little closer, I saw several emergency vehicles on the scene: police cars, fire trucks, and an ambulance. Well, needless to say, I was a little curious, wondering what was going on. The intersection up ahead was lit by floodlights and blocked off with policemen diverting the traffic. And when I got close to the scene, I saw a lone, mangled motorcycle in the middle of the intersection. The body was gone, and I could only imagine what that meant. As I drove on, I felt so concerned, thinking that somewhere there might be a spouse that just got some really bad news. There would be children, parents, friends who would hear the news, and my heart went out to them. Biblically speaking, what I was feeling was compassion. I was concerned about what just had happened, but I may have gotten an A+ for compassion. Yet, unfortunately, I had absolutely no capacity to help in the situation, no matter how deeply I felt about it. Flat out, there was just nothing that I could do. I wonder if we ever feel that way about God. Now, most of us would agree that God is rich in character, compassion being one of His greatest qualities. But what if He had no capacity to help? I love the line in one of my favorite hymns. It goes, "Holy, holy, holy, Lord God Almighty," and then it calls Him merciful and mighty. Did you ever wonder what it would be like if God were merciful, but not mighty? If He felt a surge of mercy toward you, but had no ability to do anything about it, or perhaps even worse, what would happen if He was mighty, but not merciful? We'd all be in a heap of trouble. So for those of us who are lacking confidence in the midst of crisis, it's time to wake up to the phenomenal capacity of God to intervene and help us in a time of trouble. I don't know of a better passage that speaks to that than Psalm 46, where we're assured that God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. And in verse 10, we're advised to be still and know that He is God. You may be saying, how can I be still? If you were in my crisis, Stowell, you wouldn't tell me to be calm. But that's what God is asking you to do, to stop struggling against the problem, to take a deep breath, to put your hands down. But ceasing to struggle has a downside. You'll feel extremely vulnerable when you've lost all your defense mechanisms, which is why we need to be reminded not only to cease striving, but to know who God is. Knowing Him reminds us that He is not only a God of great compassion, but that He has a great capacity to help us. He wants you to be still and to allow Him the opportunity to be actively involved in the midst of your problem. So next time you're in the midst of a crisis, hang in there. Be still and know that He is God and that He is actively involved in what you're facing. He is not only caring, but infinitely capable of meeting you in your crisis and taking you through.